Hi everyone, going to take a look here at the new Droid Razr for Verizon Wireless. As you can see, it is razor thin like the name would imply, although there is the noticeable hump up by the camera up here, but overall the device does keep the relatively thin stature. Turning the screen on here and you can see the little lock-in mechanism there, and we can jump in here into one of the first issues that you kind of see with the screen here. So much it's not a major issue, but when you're scrolling up and down, and you don't quite see it so well in the video, but the text is a little bit blurry. Not a huge issue, but on other devices such as like the Droid Bionic or the iPhone, you don't quite have this issue, and we believe it's actually due to the screen that they chose. It is a slightly lower quality screen than Motorola actually has in its portfolio, but we believe because of the thinness of the device, they couldn't get one of their newer technologies in there. But overall though, it's actually a pretty good little device. You can kind of clearly see the bezel on it, and it is noticeably thicker than most phones. If we put the iPhone up next to it, you can kind of see first off how much bigger this device actually is, and again you can also kind of see the bezel is actually about twice as thick as the iPhone, and it also kind of goes along with some of the Evo phones as well. You definitely get the thicker feeling because of, again, how thin this device actually is. But, you know, the people we've showed it to kind of talked about, you know, everyone seems to really like the device. It works well, it's relatively fluid, it doesn't really lag too much, although you can see right there was a noticeable little lag. That's not relatively characteristic of the device, but as you can see, it does clearly happen. Just kind of swapping through the apps, everything for the most part is relatively fluid, no big issues or hiccups. It does have 4G, and so far the battery life has been, it's been decent. Occasionally when we use these 4G devices, the battery just gets hammered because of the new connectivity. But so far, I believe it's 1780 milliamp hour battery in here, and it gets the job done quite nicely. No real big complaints on that. And you know, if you're looking for a new 4G device and you're an Android fan and you want kind of the next hot thing, this might just be it. Now the biggest problem we can see is that the Samsung Galaxy Nexus will be landing on Verizon here in the very near future. But for the time being, this is kind of the device to beat in our opinion. We quite like it. You know, it is a little wide. People with smaller hands might not be able to hold it so well, but for what it is, it's a good little device, and that's the Droid Razr.